The other night, I was in a bar and I had a guy ask me, what is it you do for a job? And I told him that I help outdoor business owners grow and scale their businesses and set themselves free from the trap of a business. And he's like, oh, cool, so you're a coach or a consultant? And I'm like, yeah, a blend of both. And he says, oh, I coach people in the food and beverages industry, but I'm just starting out. What one piece of advice do you have for me launching my business and becoming super successful at it? And I stopped for a second, drank some beer, and the piece of advice we're going to share with you today is true for him, it's true for us, and it's true for every single business owner on planet Earth, regardless of what industry they are in. So if you're curious about this truth that's a difference maker, stay on. Equally, click like, click subscribe, invite your friends to listen to this fucking awesome podcast because Mark and I are just amazing. On that note, Mr. Hopkins, welcome.
Good afternoon, evening, morning. I have no idea. I've lost complete all reality of time, day, month, year.
So before I said we're going to start recording now, you were sat there with a big smile on your face going, I just want to laugh. And without giving all of the game away, can you let our outdoor business owner listeners know why you want to laugh?
I would like to laugh. You put me on the spot how to say this without giving the game away. I would like to laugh because when you engage with somebody who has half a brain and is willing to dip more than their toe into the water, it is amazing what changes and differences can happen. And that's why I'm laughing, because we've hit on a little jackpot, we've hit on a little formula, we've done something which I think you sent me the message from one of these people we spoke to yesterday is the greatest value proposition that they've seen in this industry for 20 years. And I have spent the last year and a bit trying to get some other people to take their blinkers off. And I just feel like putting my finger up to them and going, ha, told you.
So it would be fair to say that what we've hit on will make us the largest coaching consulting business in South Africa, bigger than any in the United Kingdom, probably in terms of number of clients, and likely in the top 5 in the United States within the next 6 months.
On paper, yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a lot of I's to toss, I's to dot, and T's to cross.
I's to what?
I don't know. I'm a bit punch drunk. Yeah, there's still a bit, but yes, it will make us the biggest. Make it as the biggest, and I think that's very cool. So, right, that's why you're laughing. Today's topic. So, what that piece of advice that I gave the guy? Normally you and I get asked for advice like that very, very frequently. Like, what's the one thing I should do to turn my business around, to turbocharge my business, to do this, to grow it, to stop it being a job, and let me go fishing in Alaska because that's what I really want to do. I don't want to be stuck having to open a store up or something on a daily basis, or going to the unit to manufacture stuff. I interviewed a lady who owns a climbing business in San Diego the other day, and I said to her, "Oh wow, this is before the interview." I said, "Oh, what was the last thing you climbed that you loved?" And she said, "Oh, the last time I climbed properly was 18 months ago in Yellowstone because the business just traps me 18 hours a day, making her chalk bags and her climbing bags and other things that she makes. It just traps her." So normally, Mark, I can't answer that question because, well, the answer usually could depend on so many things. Like, what do you want to achieve? In what time frame do you want to achieve it? What are you willing to sacrifice to achieve it? What are you not willing to sacrifice to achieve it? There's a lot of moving factors that need to be answered really before you can give that answer. However, I think I've found it. Are you ready?
Luckily, I'm sat down and I don't think I can take much more today, to be honest.
It's peaked too early.
Oh, I'm going to have such a big glass of whiskey tonight.
So here's what it is. Here's what I've stumbled on. This is my little moment of inspiration, baby genius, is that to run a successful business, you have to love your customers. That's it. You have to love your customers. And that doesn't mean to say that you're always going to agree with them and always going to like them. I mean, I could put my wife into that category on occasions. I don't always agree with her, and sometimes she really pisses me off. But I genuinely love her, and I genuinely consider her in everything that I do.
That's
so sweet. Nice. And she knows it, and she feels that love as well. And it's interesting, Mark. I mean, you've been in the industry for a long time, and I mean, how many times have you been at a social event with industry experts where somebody's bitching and whining at the bar about the shit customers they've got and how their business won't grow at the same time? And they can't see a correlation between whinge 1 and whinge 2.
It's my favourite statement. My customers are stupid. That's always a classic line.
Yeah, and I've said it.
We all have.
We all have. But if you genuinely believe your customers are stupid, you can't help your customers. Therefore, they can't really be a long-term customer.
Yeah, I think the challenge that we always have is we know our product and our service better than anybody else. And we expect our customers to get it, see it, understand it at the same level. And if they don't, it frustrates us, and therefore we get annoyed. And I think the second thing that we have, and we've been guilty of it, is understanding there's love and going that extra mile. It's understanding what do you need to give your customer that might not be directly correlated or related to your product or service, but is so important to them that enables you to retain that relationship. So I think loving your customer, it's a little bit like when you talked about Kerry, Kerry has things that she needs off you. You have things that you naturally give to Kerry, but those two things aren't always aligned. There's some things that you are more natural giving, and there's things that she wants to receive. It's your job as the husband to adapt what it is that you feel naturally comfortable giving to give her what she wants. And I think that's what we don't do in business enough. We don't adapt what the customer wants. We just don't adapt enough. That's basically. And we've done it recently. We've learned this lesson quite recently.
Yeah. And it's funny, isn't it, that if you can't love your customers and you can't go that extra mile for your customers and give them the love that they need in their way. I'm almost going down like the 5 love languages type path.
I love that book.
I know, but give them like what they want in their way. Well, you can't be successful because it's the customers that pay your wages. But equally, we often talk about like the barbecue referral system, don't we? Where, when you've got a great business because when a group of people are barbecuing together, George tells Fred and Tabitha that he's interacting with We Get Outdoors and having this epically brilliant experience growing his business, blah, 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 blah. And they would be stupid if they didn't do the same because they'd be missing out. And you and I haven't done any work really other than showing George a huge amount of love and consideration and kindness and genuinely help him grow his business, or even if it's not growing his business, set himself free from his business so he has time back in his life, or whatever his thing is that he'd most like. I was just thinking, Mark, an example of that would be the conversation I had with a client last night who's going to find out today whether he's got cancer or not. Was it part of what he paid for? No. Did he get it for free? Yes. Did he need somebody impartial to talk about it and how it could impact on his family and him and so on and so forth? Yes. But that's because we love our customers. And that's what you need to do.
Yeah, I think the thing that we do as human beings is especially today's society, I think in the past it might have been different. Well, I know it was different because I know how I was 20 years ago. But today we feel under the pressure of instant gratification and instant returns. So we won't do something unless we know we're going to get something back. Now, it's not a client of ours. It's a business that I interviewed on our outdoor business promo series. And it was a business that, you just gel with people. I had such a good time with these people. It was it was one of my favorite ones I've done. And I email them all the time to see how they're doing, what they're up to. And what they did is everyone who comes on our outdoor business promo, we give them the opportunity to post in front of our 80,000 audience. It's a great way to attract new customers. So these guys submitted the post, and I looked at their posts and I was like, I think there's a little things you can do a bit better in that post. And I gave them 10 different options to think of. Now, they didn't pay me for that. They didn't pay We Get Outdoors to do that. And they came back last night with an email, which is so grateful. And they're changing a lot of their marketing language around the advice that we gave them. Now, do I believe that we're going to have a relationship with this company for the next 5-10 years? Definitely. Did We Get Outdoors earn any money out of the work that I did for them? Nothing, niente. Do you and I give a shit? Not at all. We don't care. But now what happens when those people are talking about stuff and people react to go, shit, your language is really cool. And you go, yeah, well, I've spoke to Mark from We Get Outdoors. And who's We Get Outdoors? Well, have a look. Let me get in touch with them. It's just that love. I love those guys, by the way. They're so much fun.
But it's interesting that the difference you're talking about is most business owners love what the customers give them, not love the customers. So they love the cash that comes from the customer, but don't actually genuinely love the customer themselves. And all that does produce short-term results. I mean, you are going to see results, good results in 3, 6, 9 months, but actually you won't have those customers still trading with you in 3, 6, or 9 years. And I think that the difference that makes the difference for us is that love and our desire and want to do things that are going to keep clients with us for 9 years. I want to celebrate a decade of We Get Outdoors with our clients. Do you know what I mean? I want to have hundreds of us together. And if we just took quick money now, could we do it? Yes, of course we could. Is it going to go and keep those clients with us for 3, 6, or 9 years? Probably not. And so business owners have to decide. And the reality is that even though the world's a big place of 7 billion people, it's still a finite resource of buying people, right? You can run out of buying customers. It's not hard to do. In which case, if they don't feel loved by you, they're not going to keep buying from you, and therefore you'll run out of customers after a period of time, and you'll get to that 2 to 5 year mark in business and go, why is the phone not ringing anymore? Or now I have to close down what I started with and do something different because nobody wants to buy, I don't know, Shewees anymore or whatever they might be. I don't know.
Of all the products to pick, you picked that one.
I don't know. It was the first one. I have no idea why it came to my mind, but it did come to my mind. Can I tell you a funny story about Shewees, just quickly?
Go on then.
So I've got one of my best friends is a girl from New Zealand called Anna, and Anna's husband was a professional cricketer, and he used to go back to New Zealand in the Northern Hemisphere winter time to play cricket, and Anna and I just used to go and do all sorts of cool expeditions throughout the winter. And we did this one in Scotland in the UK, 10 days in canoes, going all the way across Scotland, across the mountains. And we were in dry suits, and Anna didn't want to get dehydrated, so she needed to be able to pee, but to be able to take the dry suit off and pee is a real mission for a female. So she got a Shewee, and she didn't bother reading the instructions or learning how to use it. So the first time she used it was like day one of the expedition, needed a wee. For some reason, she went behind a tree to do it. I don't know why, because I couldn't see anything. Anyway, she popped the Shewee in, and all I heard was, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm pissing in my dry suit." So she did the next 9 days with all her thermals and dry suit smelling of urine.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's someone you never want to go on another expedition with.
Afterwards, I'm like, right, when we go to the backpackers, you need to go and stand in the shower for half an hour with the thing and go to use it properly.
That's your Shewee conversation.
Anyway, that's my Shewee conversation. So, is there anything else around love that you'd like to share with outdoor business owners? And how do they go about, maybe, for instance, actually showing love or even falling in love with their customers?
I think for me, it's not overcomplicating it. I think most of us have been in a relationship with a partner which we've been in love with. I think a lot of times in business, we overcomplicate things, and B, we read stupid business textbooks. So work out, how did you fall in love with a partner, and apply the same things. Like, give a shit about who they are, listen to their problems, help solve their problems, go back and ask if you can do anything more for them. Just be a bloody good human being. It's really, really not difficult. And again, I think the biggest tip I can give about the love part of it is, I don't know about you, but I've never been like head over heels in love after. It's not like love. I've never had love at first sight. It's always taken.
Just lust.
Yeah, exactly. I've had that a few times.
Boobs.
Yeah, definitely wrong with that. But you've got to put some work in it. It's like the guys I spoke to, I sent that email to. Like, you have a connection, you enjoy it, you build on that connection, you stay in touch with them, you have some banter, and then they reach out and say, "Can you help with this?" So just don't rush it. Don't be a dick. Be a really good human being. Be genuine. Like, everyone can smell a bullshitter. So you can tell with someone straight away if they're being nice to you, because you know as soon as they do something, the next thing that comes out of their mouth is, "Here's a product I want you to buy from me." So you know what they did wasn't genuine. It was a pure like softening bullshit sales tactic. So just be a genuine human being. Be a good human being. Go and ask your partner, like, why do they love you? And just bring that to your company, your business every single day.
That's it. Awesome advice. So you mentioned several things, Mark, in this, and one of them was the Outdoor Business Promo Series, which is one of our ways of giving love to the outdoor industry, which is where outdoor business owners get to come and jump on our podcast for just under 20 minutes with us, and promote their business to our 80,000 followers on Facebook. And I don't know, the number confuses me these days, because with like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, so on and so forth, you're never quite too sure where you stand, but somewhere around that number. And it's completely free of charge. So if you're an outdoor business owner and that is something you would like to do, promote your business to our 80,000 plus followers, there's a link in the description. Go click on it and it'll take you to an opportunity to book some time that suits you on our Outdoor Business Promo Series. We have about 12 hours a month we offer for that. So, so go choose one of those. Equally, if you're struggling with this idea of love, and like, how on earth do I show love to my customer base? Like, where do I start? Is it really that important? How practically do you do it? Whatever the questions are you may have. And you'd like an hour of one of ours time for free, then equally in the same link below, that'll take you to another opportunity to go and book time in our diary and come bounce some ideas off us for free and pick our brains. So there's two wonderful opportunities. But that's it.
Showing the love.
showing the love. We love outdoor business owners, and we can't wait to work with you more. So stay awesome. We'll see you next week.
Bye.